Sometimes the advice some of us give are so easy when we are not the victims. Something happened of recent. A lady was advising some ladies on how to act when they notice or when they catch their spouse, their husband cheating on them, and she's like, go violent, break bottle, be mad, be crazy, like you give this man your all, and they still use us, they still make us feel inferior, they still be angry. You have the right. It is normal. Be angry. Don't walk away. Be angry and stuff. It was easy for her to say because she felt her husband was all perfect and cool. Her husband was the perfect man that comes back at the right time. It doesn't go out. It doesn't hang out and blah blah blah. So something happened weeks back. We really don't know if she knew her husband had been cheating or if she doesn't know, but she caught her husband. Like she caught him red-handed on their matrimonial bed, and I think it was somebody that rang down, told her that something is going on and all of that. When she got there, she started crying, and somebody who was in our gathering went to look for a bottle and gave it to her. And she held it and she held it and she dropped it and she cried. I was like, what have I done to you? And she walked away. Like she didn't do anything. The lady was like, she didn't break bottle. You didn't break. What's happening? So sometimes the advice we give to people, it's always easy because you're not the victim. Like there are some things you just know that it's a no. I used to know a lady who does nothing. She was just a housewife and her husband would cheat. Like people would come and tell her the kind of girls the husband carried in his car, if it's a yellow, slim, dark, even if it's having something to do with that lady or not, people will tell her because she made herself available. She was always in the house and always wanting to listen. And the amazing thing is that, this man does this. You had five child, like six kids for him, six kids, and he had no change. And then the man keep boasting, my faith allowed me to marry more than one. So what's your problem? And one day they got into a fight, and the man told her, Emi manage you. Like she was like, Iwo managing me. All hell let loose because they fought that day in front of their six kids. They locked the door, they didn't allow any neighbor interrupt. He beat her. She moved out, but she came back. And that life continued. It was not until she decided to get something doing. I think people spoke to her, or maybe her family. She decided to get something doing, and that fight stopped because she was now going to a business area. Those people who bring this information, they didn't find her available. So sometimes this thing happen if you know your husband or your wife is for the community. I think sometimes the best thing to do is just to re-strategize. If you know you can't stand it, it's going to aid violence or verbal words and something that will be hurting your kids. It's better you just move on, like move out, separate for a bit. Maybe you guys can realize why you got married in the first place. Or it's either you just look away and focus on your life. It's not really easy focusing on your life, knowing that a partner you decided to spend the rest of your life with aside to become a community dog. So sometimes I've not even heard people say, "Oh, my cheating partner changed." It's a lie. It's unless 1%. When you catch them and you confront them, is it that they go, "Oh, I'm sorry." Some of them will cry their way out, and some of them will be strategized on not dating around that locality and stuff. Some of them will be very careful. So stop thinking, oh, he's gonna change. He promised to change. He promised to do this. I could go on and on. Like I could go on and on of how somebody got married in Lagos and had another wife and kids in Abuja, and it was the perfect husband because she goes to events and speak of how perfect her husband was. Like she goes to places, she speak of churches, she speak of how perfect her husband was. Not until she found out, and it's like This life, and we can't really vouch for people. That's just the truth. People change on us. People act differently. People, like, we just keep praying. You don't boast. You keep praying. You don't put all your heart and like, "Oh, you can't do this. You can't flat." Somebody will